South Africans have been urged to report incidents of gender-based violence to the police. It comes after a 64-year-old woman died in Inanda police station in Durban as she attempted to report that she'd been raped by a gang of boys. It's alleged that her neighbours knew about the incident but are yet to come forward. Karinda Jagmohan has more.
Inanda police are searching for neighbours of a 64-year-old woman who was allegedly raped several times by a group of boys. An inquest into the woman's death is underway.
This woman had got a lift to go to the police station where she wanted to request an ambulance. And as she arrived at the police station premises, getting out of the vehicle that was transporting her, she collapsed and died at the police station. So she didn't get a chance to speak to the police officers prior to her death. Generally, for a lot of crimes in the Inanda area is that communities are aware of these crimes that are taking place, but they don't come forward. Up to now, nobody has come forward to the Inanda police station to say we know of the rapes that took place against this woman on that day or any time prior to that. So we want to request anybody who has information to please come forward.
Inanda remains a dangerous suburb for women. The latest annual crime statistics released by police in November placed the Inanda and Umlazi police stations in Durban among the top 5 precincts, recording the highest number of rape cases in the country.
What's occurring there is very disturbing. I know of at least 2 other incidents where women were brutally killed by their partners during the festive season. In one incident, the victim, as well as her partner and others, were drinking, and he apparently demanded sex, and she refused, and then he became violent and he actually slit her throat, amongst the other injuries that she sustained.
An inquest into the woman's death is underway. While police are tracking down the suspects, another man was caught allegedly stabbing his partner at her home in Inanda.
When we got to the scene, we found that her stomach had actually been slit open, and the suspect was still stabbing her in a frenzy. And when the police officers approached him, he then turned on the police officers, and unfortunately he was shot and killed in that incident as the police officers had to defend themselves.
Women who live and work here fear for their lives.
I've been robbed for like 3 times coming here in Inanda, and I'm just so grateful that they haven't taken me, because some women are taken and killed and raped and thrown in places where their families don't know. So it's really not safe, and I would wish that the police would, maybe they would just patrol around.
alwela abantu besifazane bahlukumezeke kakhulu basha babulawa izinto sesizwe khona la Inanda kuthiwa mhlawumbe omunye ubeshawa uyasaba uyabona ukuthi abike emaphoyiseni ngoba amanye amaphoyisa ukathi uthi umuntu uyobika ehlukumezekile nawo futhi afika amhlukumeze.
While police say they've been increasing their visibility on the ground, they've also pointed to socio-economic issues. 18 social workers have been deployed to Inanda over the past year to carry out community development programs.
As much as we have limited budget as far as GBV is concerned, but we are trying our best to ensure that we put more resources, especially around the issues of human resources, because what is more important is the change of mindset of the people, from the families to the communities, so that there is that social behavior change programs in communities, even in families, and even also the boys, the men. Boys, we have a program that we call it Boys Assembly, where we assemble the boys. We teach them the skills. How do you respect a girl? So there are those programs that we need to implement, that we have started. We have good structured program like Men's Assembly, Men Championing Change. We also have Kimoja that is linked to substance abuse and so on. So that is important as a way of trying to actually deal with the GBV before the GBV happens.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Karinda Jagmohan in Inanda.